Hello, it's warm weather again, so you can hear the fan. I hope that's okay. Actually, you can also hear the Mac behind me, which is working quite hard. My record store got some audio in from a customer, and I took about half of it home to test for them. The other half I was like, guys, don't even bother. It was surround receivers, it was a PlayStation, it was speakers for in a car, like woofers, Pioneer woofers, quite nice, but nothing a record store would sell. And there was, I think, a Yamo subwoofer, so I left that behind, and I brought some more interesting stuff for testing. Most of it looks pretty good. There's some rather cool things there, so let's get started. Top of the pile, probably the cheapest looking CD player I've seen in a very long time. Look at this. It's a multi-tech. Well, it should then be good at more than one thing, teching and something else. Let's see if it turns on. CL it says. I don't know what CL means, but I'm gonna remove this light so you can see the hop. Oh, CL is closed. It probably doesn't know that it's closed. Well, let's get a disc and see what it does. It has decided that it's closed by now. Nice smooth drawer. Yeah, it still doesn't know that it's closed. Now it does. Ah, no. So clearly the mechanism doesn't sync, and it doesn't know that the door is closed. So I'm going to open it up, quickly see. I'm not going to put too much effort into this, but I'm also kind of curious what's in it, because it's such an off-brand. It's funny how you can tell from the way screws unscrew that something is a cheap device. It just doesn't go quite as smoothly as it should. That being said, it is quite heavy, so I wonder what's in it. There's 6 screws, so it's a bit of work to get into it. Probably so it has some rigidity. The entire thing warps as soon as you take the screws out. 7 even. Oh my goodness, I'm already sorry I started this. That actually looks quite alright on the inside. It's quite a lot in it too. Not the tiniest power supply, and that's a mechanism I've never seen, with the arm that comes from the side. Kind of cool. So that usually is a switch that detects whether the drawer is closed, but clearly that doesn't work. It's a pity, no. Sometimes these switches wake up when you give them a little exercise. It's a very smooth mechanism. I actually like how, oh look, it says don't push tray without power on. Also doesn't like being pushed with power off. Now that this doesn't spin. Nope. So this one's dead, but it's kind of a cool CD player, this multi-tech. Next up, and I really like this one, this rather serious looking Yamaha EQ500 equalizer. I don't really have a purpose for equalizers in my serious audio rigs, but I do like them. It comes with an American plug, so let me check if it is indeed 230 volts. Yes, it's both, and it's set to 230. Let me get an adapter for that plug. There's a display here that does seem to light up. How does this work? Let's see. There we go. The meter level, it's all a bit scratchy, but it's working. Yep. But the 60 Hertz band doesn't work. You can also set the screen to give you the left or the right channel. It has a pink noise generator, subsonic filtering, which is off, so this should definitely work. Let me check another track just to make sure. Nope. Nothing from the 60 Hertz, unfortunately, not even if I turn it up all the way. We're definitely getting 60 Hertz though. It's trying, but it's barely visible. I also was barely visible there. Let me fix that. There we are. So the thing works, but the display has an issue. That is a massive pity. If you put this all centered, like so, takes a little while, but still. And then you switch between EQ on and off. It's barely any difference. So it is a well-functioning EQ. But yeah, display is not quite there. Such a pity. Speaking of serious stuff, here is another Yamaha, the Yamaha CD2000. Now, that is one serious player. I don't actually know it, as in I know it exists, I've never actually heard one. It has a VU meter, which is something I love. The drawer does work, or is it just an output level thing that does the... We'll see. Would be cool if it had a VU meter. Nice smooth drawer, let's hook it up. Is it reading? I don't think it is it? No, absolutely nothing. Okay, so it has a output level that seems to do things. Oh, now it's reading. Okay, we're waking up. Do we get sound? It's not reading happily though, but I could give it a clean and see if that helps. Oh. Really not happy. It's not happy. Not happy about the sounds it's making either. I'm gonna take it apart. And where's the screws? I only see one. It can't be held together with one screw. I think the others are at the bottom. Take it apart, give the lens a clean. Yeah, I do like this this screw arrangement. It's much tidier than having screws all over. They definitely gave this one some thought, but that doesn't mean it works, unfortunately. So let's see if we can get it going with the lens clean, and otherwise this one unfortunately is also for someone else, because I can assure you that someone is gonna absolutely love fixing this one up. That sound it makes is very worrying. Okay, let's see. Wow, holy moly, what the heck? That's one full CD player. Why is there a motor here though? How? Why is there a motor here? That's definitely not the motor that does that. It doesn't seem to be attached to... Is that like a motorized volume pot? That's a very serious player, holy moly. Let's try once more before we start working on it. It does not see the disc. Either that or it doesn't realize the drawer is closed, just like the other one. Okay, well, I'm gonna give it a clean and see if that helps. Yeah, it's not very dirty. I thought it wouldn't be because it looks like new. It's a really good looking machine actually. Really, really impressive. The disc looks clean. One more try. Disc, it says. No. I'm surprised that sometimes it starts reading and sometimes it doesn't. Oh, it's reading? Oh, at least, okay, it's reading. Come on, give me some sound here. You can do this. It's like it's not spinning up properly. Maybe the power supply... That's a waste. I'm going to look up the value of this thing because that is not a cheap player. Yeah, a good one of these is like 600-700 euros, so I was right. This is a very serious CD player, but it's also extremely broken. Okay, so the previous stuff actually is usually relatively reliable, although I already understood from Alexander that that series of Yamaha CD players is an absolute pain in the ass. These Onkyos, not the most reliable thing. This is the Onkyo DX1500, quite a nice looking CD player. Let's see, maybe this one works because it's opposite day or so. Ooh, that's not... That's a broken cog, isn't it? Works, but obviously cannot be solved with a broken cog. So that's not going to be it. Let's see. I hear nothing. Am I doing something wrong? Yes I am. That's the wrong cable. So that was all on me. I need this one. Wow. Okay, let's see if we can read the royalty-free disc. Yeah, the mechanism's clearly fine, but that cog is not. Let's see how it sounds. Sounds? I know this disc is a challenge, but it's very unhappy, isn't it? From what I can tell, it actually sounds pretty good, but I can't tell much. Yeah, not a happy camper, and just know. Knowing what I now know from that stuff, I'm a bit nervous to plug this in. It's very cool. I've actually never seen this series of Aristona, but it's old, and the other stuff was definitely broken, so let's see if the lights stay on. So far, okay, so far so good. Let's give it a source as well. Volume down. Yeah, this is really cool though. This is the Aristona 6396 and 6198. It's going to be scratchy, isn't it? Okay, all the filters off. Loudness. Okay, mode is in speakers A. Okay. So far, absolutely nothing. I think this is going to be dead. Or is this speaker group B? Ah, it's speaker group B. Wait. Still dead. Well, let's give it a source. Let's turn this off and let's set it to aux. Absolute silence. Now this could be dirty switches, so I'm going to give it a fair fighting chance, but I think it's going to be dead. Which is honestly a great pity, because I do really like this stuff. It has serious tone controls. You can choose 5 kHz or 2.5, 250 Hz or 500 Hz for your lows and highs, and you can defeat it as you should. But unfortunately, other than that, dead silent. Surprisingly silent, honestly. Also no input. Am I right saying that? False. Yeah, there's no signal coming in either, which is a bit weird. There's no signal coming in, there's no signal going out. Well, that's dead. Let's see if the tuner works, just for shits and giggles. I can assure you, if this worked, it would have had quite some value. It's relatively rare Philips-ish stuff, but it doesn't work. So let's see if the tuner does anything at all. Okay, yes it does. Okay, let's hook it up to an antenna. 95.6 as we always do. You can dim the screen. Oh, I really like this tuner. I like the whole thing actually, but unfortunately it's non-functional. Now usually Philips and Aristona are pretty much the same, but this is a design I don't think Philips ever had. Oh, that doesn't work, of course. Yeah, it works.
Et à 19h08, eh bien, nous, on continue en dehors de Gain avec notamment Black Keys et Led Zeppelin.
Oh, funny, it only shows you the ones that actually you programmed, because these all don't work now. Except when you press one that you programmed. So that's now 6 and 1. All of the others don't work unless I program, for instance, 3. Now 3 also works. 1, 3, 6. We don't want to fight the Black Keys, so I'm going to turn it off. But the tuner works, which is awesome. But this, that's sad affair. I'm getting quite skeptical of this pile, but let's try this Pioneer amp. That is in very nice shape, but so was the rest of the stuff, except for the Aristona stuff. And it came with the manual and the box. Now, I've never seen any of these broken, so this would be the first, but honestly I wouldn't be surprised by now. Let's power it on. Okay. Let's see what we get. We set it to line. You're kidding me. Oh no, wait. Nothing? Oh. Speaker group B is at the top. That seems fully functional. Does the phono work? I hear no phono noise. Oh, there it is. Wow, it is a slow one to switch. Well, let's try all inputs because I don't really trust this stuff anymore. Tuner. Works. CD. Works. Line we tested, tape 1. And tape 2 monitor. Okay. Now let's try the phono on a low level. See if the preamplifier does as it's supposed to do. You can't hook up a line level to a phono input, but you can do it if you turn it all the way down. At least get an impression. Okay. That works. So that one works. I am a bit, again, a bit suspicious now, so I'm gonna try speaker group A as well. Want to test this one properly. I hope it works when you just plug it in the back, because that's not always the case. Let's hook it up to CD. Oh yeah, I still have my weird phono settings. Yeah, this one is fully functional. So we got something, and then last but not least, a pair of Akai speakers, but they have broken foam surrounds. We're gonna test them anyway. They look super cheap, but they're actually quite heavy. They probably work otherwise, I think. Yep. It's a foam party, so yeah, those are toast as well. So from the entire pile, the only thing that worked was the Pioneer amplifier. Hey, A for drama. See you next week.